Hi everyone, Sleepy here, and I think I'll just call you Sleepyhead. What's up, Sleepyheads? Better wake up and subscribe down below, you know? And check the description, the link for the Discord invite. I don't know, just checking it out. I want to see what happens, okay? I set this server up. If anyone joins, I'll know. But yeah, welcome back to No More Future. Let's get back to the game, shall we? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, where's the music? No sooner does one of the men turn to face you for a split. If anyone has skipped through this, well, here we go. I'm gonna just recap real quick. They captured Apollo or tried to kidnap him, and Daphne found out. Is what it is, boys. No sooner does one of the men turn to face you for a split second that her knee is firmly planted in his back, faster than any of you could see coming. Daphne blasts her way into the crowd like a mag train speeding down the tracks, leaving no room for action or reaction from her enemies. By the time the now unconscious canine hits the ground, Daphne's already assessing her next threat, ready to engage. Isaac, I literally couldn't care less right now. You touch Apollo, you die. It's as simple as that. She states coldly, matter-of-factly, without a hint of remorse or hesitation in her voice. And while it's unlikely her attack just now was enough to take that man's life, it's enough to make you worry whether her next targets will be as lucky. What comes next is practically impossible to describe, much less believe. Daphne's movements are well thought out, wasting no time or energy in dispatching her foes. Like a dancer moving to the beat of soundless choreography. In but a flash, she's on top of one guy, a second passes and yet another falls to the ground. Time and time again, hoodlums charge in to take her out, each attempt less successful than the last. Occasionally, she takes a hit. She grunts, she bends over from the strength of a well-placed strike. If only for a moment. And then she charges on, unhurt and unbothered, angrier than ever. Is this what Daphne's really like? You mumble to yourself, unable to avert your gaze from the sight before you, a spectacle as awe-inspiring as it is repulsive. One could argue it's Daphne's feral strikes, efficient in spite of their brutality, that gives you pause, or maybe the sheer unpreparedness of her foes as they fall before her, their confidence utterly shattered under the weight of her blows. But in truth, it's her gaze that terrifies you the most, that glimmer devoid of light in her eyes, that unflinching glare as she pummels her enemies into the ground. It's enough to disquiet anyone unlucky enough to bold. Listen, man, listen, Isaac. If someone were trying to do bad to your homie, we're not talking about just a fight. Let's say a group of thugs wanting to do some nefarious things. We're gonna rush in there and beat the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a crap if I get punched. I'm taking a chunk out of them. They would remember to think twice. You know, that's pretty much what you want. Send a message. If they're gonna fuck with you, they better know what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be a easy as pie kind of scenario, you know. Going back to the game, it's enough to disquiet anyone unlucky enough to behold it, even bystanders, even allies such as you. You only realize how deeply you got distracted by it when it's too late. You're reminded of danger by the sound of rapidly approaching footsteps coming from somewhere behind you. A sound you can barely hear at all amidst the noise of the conflict further up ahead. I was about to say, I don't think a punch will do anything, man. Remember, it's technically a military grade weapon. Or no, a top level grade weapon, not just military, you know. You turn around, moving on sheer instinct, only to be greeted by a pair of knuckles colliding with your metal skin. Immediately followed by a pair of loud pain grunts. Ah! Oh. Ouch! That's gotta be embarrassing. That's all you can think of as you stare at the two men before you, clutching their fists as they back away from you. I was about to say, Isaac's body, it's not your typical metal. Hell, I'm pretty sure these guys could punch through walls or whatever, but Isaac? Nah, man. You're better off with a car to actually make him feel something. Okay, going back to the game. Sorry about that. Okay, almost as if nobody saw that. You have to wonder how dumb someone must be to fear to see attack a synthetic like that. I was about to say as well. It's like seeing the Terminator, a robot. You're like, why am I gonna punch him? I'd rather hit him with a metal object. I'm not using my own fists. That's dumb. Hell, that's why boxers wear gloves. Because, you know, once again, boxing, you have to use a fist the whole freaking fight. Do that for one round, you're gonna fuck up your hands way faster than you knock someone out. You have to wonder how. Okay. In your mind, you can't help but contemplate whether the overwhelming numbers are intended to scare you or compensate for something. Then again, it's not like you can blame them. Between me and Daphne, it's no wonder they decided to go for the lesser threat. A brief uncomfortable silence follows your thought, only interrupted by the moans of regret of the goons in front of you, a sound that relieves you just as much as it bothers you. You should probably take care of them before they hurt themselves further, you reckon? Or at least before Daphne decides to do it for you. And so without delay, you give them a lot to think about. Aw. Man, this guy is too nice, man. Isaac is it's too nice. No. He's too broken, that's for sure. As the two men lie asleep at your feet, the only thought from before come crawling back to the forefront of her mind. One in particular stands out among the rest. I really don't belong here. The bloodlust, the screams, the wanton destruction raging on around you. The pain so distinctively visible in everyone's face even before a single blow is struck. The very same pain dished out on those thieves yourself that fateful night not long ago, to the fools who just attacked you, and the ones who yet might. This is wrong. Though your cause is just, none of this is savage, and none of this savagery feels righteous or deserved. None of it feels earned or rewarding in any way. Is it necessary? Perhaps. And perhaps the very necessity should be reason enough to indulge the fighting or at least condone it. But the more you try, the more you can't bring yourself to do it. My god, this guy's more Catholic than I am. Yes, shocker. Sleepy is Catholic. You're not Daphne. You don't enjoy beating on people. You don't delight in seeing their bodies littering the floor beneath you. And while ordinarily that thought will feel reassuring, today just feels off. Oh, the ability user, and it's only about to get worse. Ha! Not so tough now, are you? A young woman's laugh echoes behind you amidst a cacophony. Cacophony of sparks. Cacophony? Cacophony? Searching that real quick. Pronunciation, yes. Phony. Caco. Cacophony. Cacophony. Oh my god, I've been messing that word up so many times. Cacophony. What a weird way to pronounce it though. Think you can afford to turn your back on me, Android? Well, think again. That little freak you're looking for is worth your weight in gold. And so are you and his sister once I zap the lights out of you. Electricity surges in her hand, steadily coalescing at the tip of her finger before pointing it at you. I was about to say, listen, man, Isaac isn't even affected by EMP. It's an electromagnetic pulse, pretty much a huge surge of electricity. You know, it didn't even phase him. And neither of you is getting in my way. Lightning blasts off from the woman's hand in the shape of an arrow grinding through the air like radio static, until finally planting itself once more into your back, piercing your innards like a sword. Or maybe it works? Pain coursed through your body like a stormy river, lingering for longer than you would have thought possible. You felt pain before as a synthetic, but never so tangibly, never so physically, and never did it bother you this much. It's like a virus spreading itself all over your mind, replacing your every thought with reminders of its presence and unpleasantness. Oh my god, man. Woman, you're about to unleash the beast. Locking your body up from the inside out like a prison, sapping away at your strength and resolve. Oh my god, that actually worked! So lightning can affect him. Interesting. An EMP didn't do shit, but eh. The idea of staying down is more tempting than you'd want to admit, to simply give in, let the hurting wash you away. But like all intrusive thoughts, you're quick to squash it down. Alrighty then, you want me to get involved? You mumble to yourself as rage takes over your mind, as your desire for payback overtakes everything you thought of in the last few minutes. Even the very stiffness you just felt. Your funeral, I guess, certainly not mine. Your rage is high, you have to admit. That attack just now was certainly something. Your whole body feels numb to the touch as if you were still fast asleep. Every movement feels slow and tedious and delayed. Even so, you persevere. Eventually, you manage to pull yourself up to your feet, or just short of it, it would seem. You quickly scan ahead, trying to catch a glimpse of your attacker just now, but the horizon is suspiciously clear and has been for quite a while, it would seem. It's unclear how long that was exactly, but no amount of time spent defenses on the floor can be good, especially when Apollo still out there somewhere, waiting for you and Daphne to come to his aid. And speaking of his sister... Ah! Oof! It doesn't take long for you to find her again amidst all the chaos. The human lies on the ground before you, her clothes as torn as her sweater, her long hair buzzing with electricity. Hey, are you okay? You try to reach her while still trying to recover from your own injuries. Never felt better. Daphne coldly, almost callously states, more so to reassure herself than to put you at ease. You make as if to help her to her feet, but the familiar laughter interrupts her from the other side of the square. Well, what did you know? You actually took care of all these morons by yourself. Around the vixen, countless bodies litter the ground, breathing but barely, a sight that seems to inspire little fear the cutthroat before you, and more so, vexation. Still, a mere human like you is no match for me. If I were you, I'd surrender now, while you can still speak. Over my dead body! Daphne shouts, undeterred, as she readies herself to strike once more. Completely oblivious her word looks just a few feet behind her. Wait, what do you think you're doing? Man, Isaac is looking like he's seeing the biggest gat he's ever seen, man. God damn! He shouted back, hoping she'll listen to her words of warning this time. You can't rush her head on like that. She'll just use you for target practice. Like I care. She shouts as she makes a mad dash to her target. Damn, they're fighting the Emperor, man. She's like a Sith Lord. Sith Lightning. Which ends about as poor as you'd imagine. Signs of injury are present all over. Daphne's body and electric currents travel freely around her limbs and chest. And the worst part is, it's like the human couldn't care less about any of that. Though her movements are sloppy and difficult as yours, she nonetheless tries to push herself off the ground and readies herself for yet another charge her doom. Some might argue, maybe you could discharge or make the electricity flow through someplace else. As much as I would love that idea, it can happen. When lightning strikes, you might get lucky, it goes through you. It would fuck up whatever place it hit, but hey, at least it didn't stay in your body. But usually, electricity just goes everywhere inside your body. Even if you try to redirect it somewhere else, as I said, it spreads everywhere. So you're pretty much fucked. Okay, going back to the game. He readies herself for yet another charge to her doom. A sight as incredible as it is utterly frightening. You can't be serious, you mumble to yourself in disbelief. You're just gonna keep throwing yourself at her until you die? Are you insane? You try to reason with her, only to be met by a scornful glare and an irritated grunt. I can still move just fine. For now, but another hit like that and you're goner. Yeah, right. She sputters, trying to sound dismissive in spite of the clear heaving in her voice. I just have to breathe through a couple of hits is all. I'll get used to it. Damn, is she the main character? We should be following her, not Isaac. I'm sorry. Please tell me you're not that delusional. Again, she turns to face you and already you can feel her piercing stare burrowing into you like a drill. For a moment, you almost fear her retaliation more than that woman's lightning bolts. Wait, lightning bolts, sorry. Fortunately, her response is purely verbal in nature. If you've got any better ideas, jackass, I'm all ears. She coldly asks, not truly expecting an answer, even a reply out of you. And indeed, there's not much you can think of. The square is too open to attempt evasive maneuvers, and with Apollo still out there, you don't have a lot of time to come up with a plan. Brute force, as hopeless as it seems, does appear to be the only viable option. I know Isaac. I know what's gonna be option here. Isaac's gonna be tanking the lightning shots, and Daphne's gonna come out from his behind, and she's gonna jump her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Okay. But that can't be right. Daphne's only human. She'll kill herself before she even makes it 10 feet. At least she will. You briefly turn to look at your arm, still laying half asleep on the ground. Quickly, you make as if to raise it in spite of your inability to feel it. And the limb surprisingly obeys. It's far from ideal, for sure. While you can move it around just fine, no sensation comes from within or without, as if you've slept on it overnight. But then again, feeding isn't truly necessary right now, is it? Follow me. You state out loud to the human whose reply is as quick as her movements. Huh? You're going in? But you just said... I mean literally, follow me. You shout a little louder, hoping she'll get the message. You understand it's foolish and decidedly reckless to assume she'll understand what you're planning and follow along regardless. And yet, right as you're about to reconsider, the human stands up, shaking but sure and ready to throw down harder than ever. Oh? Still itching for more? The vixen taunts you from afar right as she steps into firing range. No matter. This time you won't get back up, you... The woman chokes on the words and suddenly dash forward, arms splayed in front of her face as if to shield yourself from the incoming shots. Behind you, Daphne steadily follows your path, careful not to step too far out of your shadow. What the? What's this now? Oh, no matter. A bolt of lightning escapes the vixen's fingertips faster than you can notice. It's a perfect hit and already you can feel your body and mind starting to give out. Already you can feel the ground losing consistency beneath your feet. There we go. That'll make you think twice before... Uh-huh? And yet you're moving still. You keep running forward as if oblivious to the pain that courses through your veins. As if every fiber of your being was begging you to crumble to the floor. After all, you're synthetic now. Your body's a machine that can operate regardless of feeling. You didn't know what's going on. You didn't know what's going on to know what... You didn't know what's going on to know what needs to be done. And right now, all you need to do to get this over with is run. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Predictably, lightning strikes twice, harder than ever, but you gladly endure the torture and keep fighting on. Like a living battering ram, you keep pushing onward and onward no matter the cost. Yeah! Because sometimes... You don't need a reason to leave, to leave. I don't know why I was gonna say leave. You don't need a grand purpose or something to, to have a reason to live. But to live every day, that surely takes guts. Hey, Berserk reference, get in there. Remember? I like Daphne because her eyes glow freakishly red. I like it. Stop it! Enduring and absorbing every hit, all for the sake of the girl running right behind you. Delivering her closer and closer to her goal. I said stop! Again, you're struck by a loose arrow and the pain is immeasurable. For a moment, everything seems fine. It's nothing unexpected or unmanageable. You can endure this hit just the same as all the others. What you didn't notice was that crack on the ground. By the time you notice you're falling almost as if in slow motion, it's too late to stop it. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a grin of relief on the vixen's face. A snicker of confidence as she musters her most powerful attack yet in her hands. But as her body gives way inch by inch to the empty space behind it, the woman is quick to realize that something isn't quite right. And that she too is too late to stop it. Damn! She auraed the fuck out of her. That's Daphne, my boys. Sleepyheads, that's what it is, Within the blink of an eye, Daphne tears into Vixen's defenses with everything she's got, culminating in a final blow that sends her enemy tumbling to the ground. Her landing is as rough as her condition, and she struggles to get up in time to mount some semblance of a counter-offensive. Only to once again come up short just as your silhouette begins towering above her. I'd argue Isaac hits harder than Daphne, because once again he's a machine, and plus, the material he's using to hit you is synthetic metal. So I don't think it's gonna be that easy to wake up again and to defensively fight against, Other than that, I'm gonna end this video right here, 18 minutes in. Good enough for me. Subscribe everybody. Check the link down below for the Discord or check my other links pretty much. Check those bios, whatever. Follow, subscribe. Yeah, you got this shit, man. Other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next episode of No More Future. Bye! See ya!